Hello, good morning, students. We are already solving the problems depending on capacitance. Okay, capacitance for spherical conductor, then capacitance for parallel plate air condenser. Okay, so we already solved some problems. Again, one problem is here on this whiteboard, and that problem is related to that is flux, then gradient, then relative permittivity, that is dielectric constant. Okay, so charge means how we can find the charge. Okay, so all of these things we have to calculate here. So first of all, read it carefully and write down the given things. Okay, so whatever may be the given, so you should write first of all a potential difference, that is 10 kilovolt. A potential difference, kilovolt means what? That is voltage is given, it is 10 kilovolt. It means 10 kilo. Instead of this kilo, we can write 10 to the power 3 volt. That is potential difference is given. Applied to the terminals of a capacitor consisting of two parallel plates, each having an area of, so the area of the parallel plate condenser is given. So area of parallel plate is 0.01 meter square. Okay, separated by a dielectric 1 mm thick. So dielectric 1 mm, here dielectric means what? Insulating material. So it has, that is dielectric, we can say that is thickness means what? That is the distance. So thickness of that dielectric is 1 mm. 1 mm stands for 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. So this mm stands for what? Millimeter. So that is the thickness of dielectric, and it is given to us, that is 1 mm. Then the resulting capacitance of the arrangement is 300 picofarad. So the capacitance also given, capacitance is 300 picofarad, that is 300 into pico means what? 10 to the power minus 12 farad. So this one is the capacitance, and whatever may be the resultance capacitance of this arrangement, that is given 300 picofarad. Okay, so what we are calculating here? So what we are calculating here, first we have to calculate charge on each plate. Means if a condenser is given and that conductor is in the form of parallel plate, so these are the parallel plate condensers, that is positive plate, this one is a negative plate, and the distance between, that is d. So actually here which things are given, that is area of this plate is given, then potential difference, that is voltage is given, that is 10 kilovolt, and distance is given. Distance means what? They are separated by a distance, and in that space, so in this space we are introducing a dielectric. So dielectric means what? Here separated by, one thing is, remember here, dielectric means if we are introducing here, so in between these two plates if we introduce a dielectric, that is 1 mm, so it is given 1 mm. So in, we can say that 1 mm, that is the thickness, or we can say that is the distance between two parallel plates. Okay, so all of these things which are given to us, now let us calculate one by one. So first what we have to calculate, that is charge on each plate. So first point which we have to calculate, that is charge on each plate. Charge on each plate. We know how we can calculate the charge, because charge is directly proportional to the potential difference. Therefore we can write charge is equal to C into V. So we know the value of C and V. So from that given, we can substitute the values for capacitance, and the value of capacitance is 300 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 12, and the potential difference is given, that is voltage is given 10 kilovolt. 10 kilovolt means what? 10 into 10 to the power 3. Now the product of this, what is the product? That is 3000 into 10 to the power minus 12 plus 9, that is minus 9. Okay, 1 2 3, 3 zeros are there, so plus 3 and minus 9, that is 3 into 10 to the power minus 6. This is the value of charge, and charge is measured in coulomb. So we have how many charges? We have 3 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. So this is the actual value of charge, means charge on each plate. So here we calculate already charge on each plate. Okay, in this way. Now second point, that is electric flux density. Electric flux density, and electric flux density means what? Electric flux density, second point. Electric flux density, that is electric flux density, sigma can be written as, that is charge per unit area. So this is the basic formula to find out density, because density is nothing but just it is a charge per unit area. So how we can find out the value of sigma? The value of sigma will be, that is here charge. So how many charges are there? Just we calculate here 3 into 10 to the power minus 6 upon area. Area is given to us, that area is 0.01. So we can put here 0.01. So therefore 3 into 10 to the power minus 6 upon 1 2 means 10 to the power minus 2. It becomes 3 into 10 to the power. Minus 2 becomes plus 2. So 6 minus 6 plus 2, that is minus 4. It is sigma, that is electric flux density. And electric flux density is always measured in, see here, Q means what? Coulomb per area. Area means what? Centimeter square. Sorry, meter square. So coulomb per meter square, that is the electric flux density, and electric flux density can be written as sigma. Sigma is equal to charge upon area. So see what we have done here. We have done here how many charges on each plate, then what is the electric flux density. Okay, again two things are remaining here which we have to calculate. See, whatever you want to solve any MCQs, then read it carefully 2 or 3 times and try to write down its given. Okay, similarly I write here whatever may be the givens in this applications. So after that think yourself which formula you can apply here. Okay, so see, these are the simple concepts from capacitor, and if you know each concept of capacitor, then you can easily solve any problem, like number of charges. So how you can find out number of charges? Just C into V. Then electric flux density, that is sigma. So just you have to remember sigma means what? That is charge upon area. So using these basic formulas you can easily solve any MCQs. Okay, then third one is, that is potential gradient. Yes, what is the meaning of potential gradient? Potential gradient means what? How we can write potential gradient, or what is the formula for potential gradient? Potential gradient means what? Yes, potential gradient means what? Electric intensity here. So this electric intensity, E stands for what? Potential gradient. Here we can write that is electric intensity. Sometimes students, they may confuse potential gradient means actually what we have to find, okay. But here potential gradient means nothing but just it is electric intensity. So electric intensity between two parallel plates. So therefore we know electric intensity between two parallel plates, that is V upon D. V stands for what? Potential difference, upon D stands for the thickness, or we can say the distance between two parallel plates, okay. So now we can substitute the values. Here potential difference is given and it is 10 into 10 to the power 3. So that's why we can put here, that is 10 into 10 to the power 3 upon distance. Distance is given. Distance is, where is distance? See here, distance is 1 mm, and I can write here minus 3, 10 to the power minus 3, because of it is given in mm, that is millimeter. So how we can solve, that is electric intensity, or we can say potential gradient, is equal to 10 to the power 4 multiplied by this becomes 10 to the power minus 3 becomes plus 3. So therefore we can write 10 to the power 7. So 10 to the power 7, that is the potential gradient. So this is the correct value of potential gradient. So what is the unit for potential gradient? That is volt per meter. So we can write here volt per meter. Why? Because this potential difference, it is measured in volt, and distance it is measured in meter. So therefore we can write here 10 to the power 7 volt per meter for intensity, that is electric intensity or potential gradient. Now next one, that is we calculate here charge, then electric flux density, then potential gradient. Yes, relative permittivity of dielectric. What is the meaning of relative permittivity of dielectrics, which we have seen in our previous videos? Yes, relative permittivity means what? Simply dielectric constant, that is capital K, and you know the meaning of capital K because I already given, that is 3 formulas or 3 basic definitions for dielectric constant, okay. So last one is dielectric constant, that is fourth one is. Then how we can calculate the dielectric constant? So to calculate dielectric constant, we must know the formula for electric intensity. So what is the formula for electric intensity? Yes, so electric intensity is exactly is equal to sigma upon epsilon. And how we can write epsilon? But epsilon can be written as, that is epsilon naught into K. So therefore we can write E is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught into K, and this K stands for what? Relative permittivity. So therefore K is exactly equal to sigma upon epsilon naught into E. So this one is the formula. With the help of that formula we can calculate the value of relative permittivity. See which values we know here. Sigma, which we calculate here. Where is sigma? Sigma is 3 into 10 to the power minus 4. So just we have to put this value here. So dielectric constant is exactly is equal to 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 upon epsilon naught. So I told you that is epsilon naught is always 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12, okay. So you can keep in your mind this constant value for epsilon naught. So epsilon naught, that is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 into E. E stands for what? Electric intensity, and which we calculate here electric intensity or potential gradient, that is 10 to the power 7. Okay, so K is equal to 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 upon, so this becomes 8.85 multiplied by minus 12 plus 7 minus 5, 10 to the power minus 5. So we can write, that is that is K is equal to 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 upon 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 5, because minus 12 and plus 7 it becomes minus 5, minus 5 becomes plus 5, so therefore we can write K is equal to 3 upon 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 4 plus 5, that is 1. So simply we can write K is equal to 30 upon 8.85. And what is the division of 30 divided by 8.85? So 30 divided by 8.85 means 3.39. 3.39. So this is the exact value of relative permittivity. So see here, relative permittivity has not a unit, it is unitless, so therefore do not try to write here unit, because it is constant permittivity, relative permittivity. Okay, so it is a ratio of two similar quantity, that's why it has no unit, so do not put any unit here. So our relative permittivity is 3.39. okay, so in this way any MCQ or any applications, if it is asked to solve, so at that time do not bother which concepts may be apply here. Okay, just concentrate which givens to you and what you have to find. Okay, if you concentrate what you have to find, then try to remember exact which formula we can apply here. So see here, very simple MCQs are there on the capacitor, and capacitor is one of the most important article. Okay, because applications must be there in your exams, that is NEET as well as JEE exams. Okay, I think you will understand this. That is how you can find out charge on each plate, then electric flux density, then potential gradient. Just one thing here. One thing is here which you have to memorize, that is electric flux density is nothing but just it is a electric intensity. Okay, so try to understand this term, because electric intensity is nothing but just it is a ratio of voltage and distance. Okay, voltage upon distance means what? Electric intensity, or we can say potential gradient. Again one confusion is there about the relative permittivity. Relative permittivity means what? Dielectric constant. And how we can find out dielectric constant? Using these concepts. Okay, so in this way you can easily solve the problems depending on the flux density, then capacitance for dielectric constant, or we can say that is the parallel plate condenser and the spherical what we can say spherical conductor. Okay, so we shall stop here. We will discuss in our next videos. Okay, till then, thank you.